Hello everyone, today we'll continue with the second part, which is about SD-WAN. In section 2.1 of the Aston part, it says that we need to connect the physical networks between the data center and branch 1 and branch 2 through SC1. Then, using the platform, we configure the physical network devices, and the configuration requirements are as follows. It also says that the data center's SC1 uses vManager to manage the devices below. To control the devices below, and you must use the manage mode. Also, the currently connected device templates are not allowed to be modified. If you want to create a new template, for a new template, the template you create must include these letters. In other words, the template name must contain these 4 letters. Also, you are not allowed to configure additional static routes on the SC1 router in this data center. And in the data center, the 4th requirement is that there is a device called SW201, and this device must have an OSPF route to the target. In other words, the template we push down, it must include this route, the SQL route. All right, let's take a look at how to configure this. So we log into the device. Since my local login is a bit slow, I've already logged in ahead of time. After logging in, we click on the 3 dots in the upper left corner. This button located right here serves as the main menu. Once you open this menu, go ahead and select the config option. Inside the config section, you will see a template, right? And within this specific template, you can find this particular configuration group. And there's also this one called, actually the first 2 aren't important. The main ones are the last 2, device and feature templates. The feature template is like a library. What does that mean? It means that in this template, we create the things we want to configure. For example, if we want to configure BGP, we create it here. Then, for OSPF, we create OSPF here, and then create VPNs like VPN1 or VPN0. All these templates, including security templates, can be created inside here. Once you've created these templates, they're just feature templates, just these. With these feature templates, when we want to push templates to the device, we do it from this device template. Then, for example, if you create a template here, let's say you create template 1, it requires you to have something like CCIE in the name. But this template is empty, so if you push it to the device now, it's basically not making any configuration changes to the device. Then, if you want to configure security parameters, you just add this template in. If you want to configure BGP, you call in that template. If you want to set up the VPN link, you bring in that template. Once you've brought in these templates, they have the corresponding functionalities, and then you can push this template to a specific device. That's basically the concept. So let's take a look at how to do these things. This is requirement 1. Moving on to the next step, let's first look within this feature template. In here, we look for a template called VPN0. There are some built-in templates here. If you can't find it, you can search for VPN0 right here. Then you'll see these templates. For VPN0, there are 2 of them, right? The VPN01, these are the Z-Edge template and the Smart template. And then for this C something, there are 2. One is this, for VPN0, there are template 1 and template 2. We take these 2 templates because our requirement is to push, where do we push the configuration to? We push it to the edge. We push it directly to this specific device, then to this edge router, and finally onto this primary edge router. Next, we'll configure VPN0, then click this dot on the right. Then click Edit. When you're editing, scroll down, keep scrolling, and you'll find the OSPF-related operations. Find the OSPF section. Hold on a second. Let's pause for a short announcement. Friends, if you're currently preparing for this ITification exam, or if you've been studying for a while but don't feel your preparation is very efficient, this is something you shouldn't miss. Our team has been focused on its certification dumps for 16 years, doing one thing consistently, organizing the most up-to-date, most exam accurate, and easiest to use dumps to help candidates pass their exams more efficiently. Our dumps closely follow official exam updates. They are stable, highly accurate, and well aligned with real exam questions, allowing you to prepare with more confidence while spending less time. If you'd like to get the dumps for this exam and pass the certification faster, you can contact us directly via WhatsApp or YouTube private messages. We're happy to explain the latest update dates, dump stability, exam policies in different countries, as well as any current purchase discounts. Everything is clear and transparent before you decide. We also place great importance on payment security and privacy protection. The entire purchasing process is simple and secure, with no unnecessary data collection. Your personal information and privacy are fully protected. In addition, we provide 24/7 consultation and after-sales support. Whether you're just getting started or running into issues right before the exam, our support team will patiently and professionally help you analyze and solve problems. You're never preparing alone. Beyond this specific exam, our dumps cover almost all major IT certification tracks. If you plan to pursue other IT certifications in the future, feel free to reach out anytime. We'll give recommendations based on your goals. Here, we found OSPF. Then set the arrow on the left to Global. That means global configuration, and then enable it. After enabling it, click Update to apply the changes. The functionality of this template will be updated. After making the change, you also need to find the second VPN 0. This is also required for VPN 0. There are also two VPN 0 templates that are pushed to the edge devices. This template is the same as before. Find the OSPF section. Turn on its functionality. After enabling it, click Update at the bottom. All right then, let's move forward. The third step is to create a template. Still within this feature template section, go ahead and click the Add button on the left side to add a new template. Adding a template here is for a specific device, specifically for this particular device we are working with right now. The C8000 device. For this type of device, which is the edge image we're currently using, the C8000 model. So here, what do we add? We add an OSPF template. Let me find the OSPF template. Here, locate the Cisco OSPF template. This one. Click on the OSPF template, and after clicking, you can customize a name for it. For example, I'll create a custom name, this TH. A C location, and I want to push it to the data center, right? So DC. Data center, and this is VPN 0, VPN 0. And what is it about? It's about the OSPF template, and according to the exam requirements, it must include the term CCIE, right? This is the template name, and then here's the description. Just put anything here, right? You can just use the same name as above. Next, click on this area. Click on this area here, then create a new area. To create a new area, select Global here, right? Global, and then which area is this? Area 0, right? This is the default backbone area, because in OSPF, if you don't have any other areas, the first area you create is area 0, which is the default backbone area. Then click on Add Interface below, which means interface. Add interface, then here, click Add Interface. Right, and this interface is, which gigabit interface is it? It's this gigabit interface. If you don't know how to spell this, just go to the device and copy it, right? If you can't spell this word, just go to the device and get it. Copy it and paste it here. Okay, add this interface, then click Add Interface on the left again and add another one. Now, this second one has already been added, right? Then add a third one, and I just copied and pasted it, right? Then click the button below. You see now both the second and third introductions are there, right? Then click this ADD button below. It's added, and now there are two interfaces here with a 2 in front. Right, this is no problem, right? Okay, once there's no problem, click this sim. All right, click this ADD on the right, but you have to save first. After saving, then you can click this C5. Look, there's an error reported above. Okay, let me take a look. Oh, the template we just created. We just created one. The one with CCIE in its name, right? Then search for this template. Then simply edit its area as needed. Then edit it again. There are two here. There are two interfaces. One is 2 and the other is 3. Interface 2 and interface 3, and you don't need any other configurations inside. Then C5. So I know that here at this spot, confirm and check this area, area 0, right? And then below there are 2 here. There are 2 interfaces here, right? And as for the routing, we don't need it, but actually we could add routes if we wanted to. But it says we don't need to add static routes, right? So when you're doing this at work, just follow your actual needs. Right? After checking and making sure there's no problem, click Save Change. Then Update. Saved. Then requirement 2.1 was completed. Requirement 2.1 was that simple. Create this VPN, a 0 template, then enable OSPF globally. Let's enable OSPF globally for the VPN 0 template that's already in the original OSPM template by default. Then we'll have 2 templates, template 1 and template 2, because these 2 templates will be used later. These will be called upon according to the requirements later. Now, for the third step, we need to create a new one, a new template that will be pushed to the DC area. It's a VPN 0 template for OSPF, right? And it should include the CCIE label. Then activate it in area 0 and add interfaces. Add 2 interfaces, one for port 2 and one for port 3. Once that's done, this requirement is complete. These are the steps to follow. All right, if you want to learn more about CCIE technologies, or if you're interested in taking the CCIE Lab exam, please send me a private message or leave a comment below the video to discuss technical topics.